chaser. Hello everyone, welcome. It's Monday evening, start of a brand new week. And we have a decision to make, possibly. We've got 11 games left in the Premier League with Crystal Palace. Can we get those done tonight? We're going to have to go somewhere, I reckon, if we're going to get them done tonight. Maybe we can. But there is potentially decisions to be made in the air because art imitates life, life imitates art. Potentially, there might be a job going in Glasgow. Evening, everybody. Welcome in, of course, to everyone. David Clark is here. Fat Nigel's here. Wilco's here. Frozen Luffy's in. Dan FM. The Arsenal is in. George's here. Dan Reese is in. Raggio. Franco, of course, everyone else welcome in who is just lurking on in the background. You're more than welcome, of course. Just chill yourselves out. Pull up a chair. Put your feet up. Get, a cup of tea on the go. Mrs. J is in as well. Get the trifles on the go if you can do. I've got a trifle downstairs that I'm holding out for potentially new job trifle. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going. I'm going to go new job trifle. Keenly welcome in, buddy. Nice to see you. But then again, new job trifle, good. Sadness trifle, also good. A15 is in as well. We've already had George one in. Some sort of 90s eating. So I've not got trifles in the fridge. Yeah, it's like, to be fair, you know, like how like some people have like the champagne on ice. I've got a trifle in the fridge. That's like where we are for celebrations. We got the Viscounts in tonight, so we'll have a quick little Viscount. Jaffa cake, cheesecake in the fridge. Oh, Keeney. Oh, someone's about to have a celebration of their own, I think. So that's pretty good. As I say, hope everyone is good, hope everyone is well. This is the situation. We're 14th, as you can see. 7 wins, 8 draws, 12 defeats. 3 defeats on the bounce, not very good. 4-0 hammer out Newcastle, very bad. Brighton, yeah, we were dominating that match, then we let go in the second half. West Ham next, 13th, Southampton, Liverpool, Derby, Man City, Sunderland, Chelsea, Wolves, Arsenal, Villa, QPR. That's what's left. We have won 3 in a bounce there. Sheffield United, Leeds, Middlesbrough, that was good, but loads of red. Which, to be expected. We've obviously just been promoted, so we were expected to battle bravely against relegation, avoid relegation. That's what we're hoping for. We're currently on course for that. And this, of course, is how it looks in the job centre window, because this is what's going to be quite interesting. Celtic, insecure. Job status, insecure. Right? They are currently second in the SPL. They are 6 points behind Rangers. They've played 2 games more. They are level on points with Livingston. Also, the St Mirren job is possibly coming up as well. So maybe we might be moving to Scotland. The Celtic one would be good. If we can get Celtic, that would be awesome. But we just got to wait and see. They're a 4-star club. We're a 3-star manager. It might be a little bit too much of a stretch. We'll have to see. But you never know. You never know. We'll see how we get on. Mrs. J is talking about that Jaffa cake, cheesecake. That might be a thing we might end up eating then. So we might end up with a Jaffa cake cheesecake at some point. I don't think I've had one of those. Has the Celtic manager gone to Spurs? I'm a 5-star man. I am a 5-star man, Mrs. J. If those stars are really small and those 5 stars make 1 star. Has the Celtic manager gone to Spurs? Been at work most of the day. I think they've started discussions, which I believe is the new way of advertising it. So they say they've approached him. Look, Spurs are getting a hell of a manager if they get him. Like, he is very, very good indeed. It's not that strange an appointment when you think about it. When you start to work out what he can do and what he can bring and what he's brought to Celtic and the players that have bought into that style. He's got everything going Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, he's done. I mean, everyone said Steven Gerrard did a great job in Scotland, winning 1 trophy out of a possible 9, and just done 5 out of 6. So, he's a little bit better. Celtic, I think Celtic know that they can't really stand in his way. Tottenham's an interesting job because can he push them on? Maybe. Like you've got to back yourself as a manager to believe you can do that. He'll have more money than he's had at Celtic. He won't have Champions League. He won't even have Europe to play in next season. That's an interesting one to sort of see that he gives that up, really. But like if he gets the time, then great. At Tottenham, fantastic. Go and see how he can get on. Keeney's then saying he's got 1 year rolling deal at Celtic. Okay, so there's basically hardly any compensation to pay. There's no security for the club at that point. It's a good test, you know what I mean? Like, what's to say? What's to say he spends another season at Celtic? Is a club going to come back? Is there going to be an option at the end of next season? He's all trophied out. Oh, hang on. Celtic has now gone to secure. Stable. They've dropped to 3rd. It's now gone to stable. We'll see. Apparently he's taking John Kennedy and Gavin Strachan with him. Interesting. Hello, Z. Nice to have you in, buddy. Pleasure to see you. And I guess that's part of it as well, that they have to bring the backroom staff now. It's no longer just a case of you buy, you recruit the manager. You recruit everyone that's surrounding them. There's the whole team now. The St Mirren job is available. What do we think? Can we do it? Can we win a cup with St Mirren? That's the question. Because we're not going to win the league, are we? We're still in the Europa League Conference round of 16. So potentially we could go to St Mirren and possibly win the Euros. The Conference League. That would be bizarre. And so when he came to Celtic, he managed to travel light. He's one that moves, doesn't need to bring the backroom staff. Strangely, he's taking staff with him. Fair comment. St Mirren seems like an interesting. They beat AIK 6-1. They beat Grasshoppers. They beat Zalgiris. They beat Dinamo. Take the interview, scout the club and see what it's like. Yeah, they beat Ghent twice. Nicholas Darlington in the goals, 31 years old. Because we've got 2 options really, haven't we? Basically, doubtful if they might be better than we thought. I mean, they might be dreadful, but St Mirren, innit? Do you know what I mean? It'd be great, like. Because I guess going to Celtic is the obvious one. But going to St Mirren, we've always said that St Mirren would be fun. Are they much of an upgrade from where we are? No, not really. Are they going to be challenging for honours? Probably not. Is it a stepping stone to Celtic? Possibly. Is Crystal Palace to Celtic a natural progression? Yes, I think it probably is actually. I think we obviously have to try and work out ultimately. I mean, we don't know. We don't know. We might not even get an interview. I mean, well, yeah, we might not get an interview. It could be fun. We could win cups at St Mirren. Well, I mean, we've got quite a lot of cups. There'll be 4 trophies to go for, wouldn't there? So. Are we more likely to win? Nigel's saying a minor trophy at St Mirren than Palace. Are we more likely to win a trophy there than we are to get the energy drink cup or the FA Cup? Probably. Do you know what I mean? Or is it another chance to just really drill down the fact that we can't manage in Scotland? We're not very good. Is that another thing? Because I worry. Like, I think If we go there, we get it wrong. It's like, oh shit, like, what have we done? We don't want to go there and balls up. We went to East Fife for experience in Scotland. We did. We came out of it better. We came out of it better because we had to go to Huddersfield. So, is there a better Premier League job that's going to come available? Maybe. We do get to manage Chevron James. We never got to manage Chevron James. We thought that was going to be a player that we might be able to get our hands on at some point. Now it's like, oh, maybe we can. Evening, Andrew. Welcome. We haven't quite pushed on. We're only 10 trophies at the minute, so are we going to get more than 10 trophies at St Mirren? Don't know. Some of the trophies in Scotland will be classed as top 4 or 6 to win it, while Palace is nowhere near. Fair comment. Can't disagree with that. Might not have been relegated. They have, Bob. They have indeed. They got relegated at the back end of last season. I think you asked another question as well. Actually, I've missed it. What happened to Man United? Oh yeah, sorry. You mentioned that earlier. Yes, they got relegated last season. So will we beat Rangers with St Mirren? Oh, not with that attitude, but maybe. I don't know. We beat Arsenal with Crystal Palace, so there is that. We beat Sheffield United twice. Hopefully we beat Rangers. We beat Celtic. The question is can we beat Livingston? Because Livingston are third. That's the thing. Like, we need to move ourselves up. We're presuming that we're going to be second. Rangers and Celtic are going to be top. Celtic and Rangers are going to be top. Livingston are third. Kilmarnock are fourth. So the question is, can we overtake them? Not can we beat Rangers and Celtic? So I'll have to see. Have a look and see if they've won anything in your save. And Leclosian, well, that's the thing. That could win the league with St Mirren. Probably not, but what a story it would be, wouldn't it? Imagine breaking up the top 4 with St Mirren and then just like leaving and being like, right, yeah, we won the SPL. Right, see you later, lads. We're off. Champions League with St Mirren. We'd stay, wouldn't we? Even though we wouldn't have to do that part of the challenge, we'd stay. And they say if they were telling you just about St Mirren movies, if you're unemployed or if they get relegated, they could get relegated. But then, from a story point of view, would you leave the Premiership to go to League One? That's the question, isn't it? We tried that with East Fife, remember? We could hold off until next season and say, well, look, let's delay the start date. It's just an idea. Always stay at Palace and see what's around the corner, because Palace is fun, right? Palace is fun. Are we going to win anything with Palace? Probably not. I mean, what if we win? Again, let's massively overly speculate here. What if we get the St Mirren job? What if we then win the Europa League? Then what? Will JJ go to St Mirren? JJ will probably be a starter at St Mirren, wouldn't he? Oh, great piece of play here from Palace. Oh. Could we get Rogie back, maybe? I think he's at Dundee United, isn't he? I might say if they won one Scottish Cup and lost another final. I think they're probably about the same on this one, the closing, to be honest. I can't imagine that they've been incredibly successful. Although, as we can see, they're playing in Europe, so they must be doing all right. Big question, can we break the Scottish hoodoo? That's more pertinent than winning the SPL. Yeah, I guess if we become the, in terms of winning the first ever trophy for them, that could be fun. If we're having fun at Palace, stay at Palace. It's not. JJ is too Billy Big Time. You think they'll walk the SPL? I don't see it. I don't think he'll be a first teamer at St Mirren, will he? just pinged you back there, Dan. They won 2 championships and 2 SPFL Trust trophies. We need to win the SPFL Trust trophy and the Scottish Championship, so both of those we need to win. That bodes well for us. There's Eli. Damjanovic just goes wide. I guess, you know, that is a concern. If JJ goes to the SPL, gives it the big one, and you know, just like fluffs it, then where does he go? Do you know what I mean? Does he end up at Exeter or something? Does he end up on the scrap heap of footballers who like had too much of an ego? Palace is fun. If we stay 3 seasons to build them up, but that throws the steel out the window if we're unlikely to win anything in 3 seasons. It's a fair comment, like, and I think where we are, and this is where like British Steel Challenge is like is for me really difficult, because Leucosen's a great example of this. They've smashed through it. They've won all the trophies that they need to win. I think they're a couple away from completing it. We get to, and I almost need to use the British Steel Challenge as a way to remove myself from clubs, because I do get attached to the stories and the players and all that sort of stuff. And I know we do look to like move around a bit, and we're sort of like constantly looking at the jobs board because of the nature of the save. Fletch in with the sub. Appreciate Fletch in with the prime 2 months. Very, very kind indeed. Thank you for that. Make sure you've got your Amazon Prime link to Discord. That means you get into the subscribers chat. And this is where I need to work, is remembering to move when the right team comes along. And I'm not very good at that. Like, I sort of sit and I'm like, hey, you know what would be fun? It's just sort of like trying to make a good story and move around. Like, and I guess the further up you get, the harder it becomes to move into those successful clubs, because there's not many teams win things in the top level, is it? You're looking at only 1 or 2 clubs, and then do we want to be at the same clubs that always win stuff? Well, not really. I'd rather win the Premier League with, you know, a team that doesn't win the Premier League all the time. I'd rather win the FA Cup with someone brand new, the Carabao Cup. That would be fun. Like, but also the game's not quite designed that way. Oh, that's a nice knockdown. Aquino. So, you know, Arsenal at the top there. Liverpool, Man City, Villa. Currently top 4. I mean, that would be a bit of narrative, wouldn't it? If I end up having to try and win the league with Villa, that'd be very interesting. Right, Aquino's got himself a knock, so let's bring Murphy on. Warwick's a bit angry, a bit upset. Corner coming down for Ronchi. Oh, back post. 1-0. This looks like 4 defeats in a row now. Oh dear. West Ham sort of in and around us as well. Oh, Warwick gives the ball away. I look for players to bring off. Warwick is definitely the guy. Let's put Hayes on. Damjanovic crosses it in. Grimes picks it back up. Chat, Z, Rodriguez, Biggs. It's just not much space there, is there? Z all the way back to Casper. It's fine. Go backwards if we need to. Lungu. Keep the ball. Grimes. Warwick. Inside Murphet. Grimes. Can't go around the outside. Warwick. Lungu. Rodriguez. Damjanovic. Murphet. Nice turn. Can he pull it back across? Oh, it would have been a brilliant goal. That would have been stunning if we'd have got that. I think if you scout somewhere, you'll have more of an idea if they offer a route forward where their players off finances give you hope. I think they give us hope for the smaller cups, or at least they give us a glimmer of hope for the smaller cups. We can't be expecting to get SPFL title because they're currently battling to stay in the division. That's the issue. Now, is that because of the fact they've got Europe? Maybe. Is that because the fact the players aren't good enough? Maybe. Tactics bad? Maybe. You know, loads of possibilities as to why that is. Good save. It's not looking great. Correa's not having a great time. Disappointing to concede a goal from a corner and that being the only goal that's going to be in the game. So moves us, what does that keep us? 5 points clear of relegation. I guess we just sort of like see how. The thing is, we're kind of like just seeing the end of the season out at this point. Like we're not going to win anything. We're not going to get sacked. So it's kind of like we're in that little nothing period of the end of the season where we're sort of looking at players going, right, who's still going to be here next season? If we're still going to be here next season, who's going to be here next season? What positions are we going to improve next season? You know, how much longer is it going to be before we get our hands on the next trophy? If we're at Palace, probably a couple of seasons. If it's somewhere else, where else could it be? Like, I mean, could we get? We don't want to turn down. We don't want to go to like a St Mirren if maybe there's like a Chelsea possibly available. You know, not really seen the first couple of seasons, but at least to win the Premier League, if you had a few more cups to Italy and proves your Scottish rep. Our reputation in Scotland is pretty bad, so that could be taken into consideration. Okay, right there now. Fans are now getting concerned. I saw Jack. I was like, what the hell's going on here? Jackson is sacked by Bournemouth, not Jameson. Thank God for that. Wout Weghorst is one of the the leading candidates apparently. Banbridge jobs available. We could go back to Banbridge. Go back to Huddersfield. Obviously, we don't need to go back to Huddersfield. If it was Celtic and we're almost guaranteed winning everything, I'd say go for it. And I think this is where the problem's going to come, isn't it? Because obviously, I mean, Ryan Brennan is the favourite for the St Mirren job. So we're not even the favourite, which is interesting. St Mirren's only worth going if they get relegated. So their history, they've won 3 Scottish Cups. But then again, that's like in total, and that's not even in this game. So, 3 third place finishes. Runner up in the Scottish Cup. They've won a Premier Cup. They're runner up in the Premier Cup. They won the Championship. They won the SPFL Reserve Cup. So, see, I don't really know if relegation guarantees the trophy the next season. I actually think that's worse because the expectation would be to win the league straight away. But you're going to lose all the players. Celtic Hearts could be fun, but it's a bit of a drop, in it. Like, it really is a bit of a drop. They're going to get relegated into League 2. They're not going to stay up. Like, they're going to get relegated to League 2. It just feels a bit weird going from the Premiership to Celtic Hearts. Do you know what I mean? Like, in the same way that going to Notts County would feel weird, or even Bolton, and to try and win the, like, all we'd have there would be the Pizza Cup. So, I think it's got to be Celtic or another Premier League club, like a Chelsea, for example, or a Villa. and see if there's a job going. Leeds maybe might come up. You know, like these sorts of jobs here. Leeds, West Ham, maybe Brighton, Chelsea. These are the jobs that we want to kind of be keeping our eyes forward. When I went for the Celtic job, I'd already won 4 trophies in Scotland. Okay. So there's that. There's that then. So I need to win some stuff in Scotland, right? That might be tricky. First of all, the fact that I'm not managing in Scotland. Secondly, it would require me winning stuff in Scotland, so that would also be worrying. Evening Ultra, how are you, pal? Welcome. Hope life's treating you good. JM Thoughts is in as well. I went 20 minutes, but 20 minutes with Tony Jameson is 20 minutes well spent. Bless you, sir. Bless you. Pleasure to have you in. Hope life is treating you all very good indeed. It needs to be a forward move, not a sideways move. Now, I just said building a decent side with Celtic could be tricky. No rep for them, no money either. It's a problem, innit? Because we don't want to be spending all that time trying to build those recommendations up and those reputations up, and then getting to the point where it's like, right, now we can push on, because by that point we should really have been pushing on ourselves. I think we switch tactic at this point as well. I think maybe we go DMs, because we're starting to concede goals. That worries me. If you took St Mirren and beat Celtic for one of the cups, it might make you out of the potential list. It could do. Border now. Okay, look at this. Disappointed at the dressing room atmosphere and lack of support from the squad. But the hell's going on here? Evening, Adam. Welcome in. Very nice to see you. Dressing room atmospheres all over the place. What the? Hey. If you knock Celtic out of a cup, there's more chance Celtic gaffer gets sacked. Ooh, okay. I hadn't considered that. That is an option. If St Mirren if St Mirren gets to the finals of the Euros, then go for it. Ooh, okay, yeah, that could be a thing. Like Dungannon. There's nothing to stop us doing that, really, is there? I guess even looking at something like Southampton, I don't think we'd win anything at Southampton. I think we'd be more likely to win something at Palace. Lots of big ifs being thrown around here. Oh, there's like so many Leclosian. And that's the problem. That is the big problem. It's all ifs, buts and maybes at the minute. We've got nothing to hang our hats on at this point. David Clark decided to start a new save tonight. A bit bored with my Taunton save. Decided to try and do this. Do I just load the UK leagues only? What we've done is we have loaded all of England, all of France, all of Germany, all of Republic of Ireland, Italy, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Spain, and Wales. It basically gives you a big pool to work from, so you can see where we get on with. So that's what I would do. This ain't the cinch, you big dosser. St Mirren looks lovely. Well, we've applied for St Mirren. We've applied, George, but just got to wait and see what happens. The story of St Mirren would be fun. Yeah? That's what the Steel Challenge is all about. It's the ifs, buts of picking the right club and time to move on. It is. We did that with Palace, technically. Took us 2 seasons to get promoted. East Fife, we jumped to Huddersfield. We weren't really looking for a move, but then it was like, oh, actually, could we move? Maybe. What happened to the lovely Celtic job? The lovely Celtic job has suddenly become a bit more secure, despite them slipping down the league. to be honest, so that's a bit interesting. I think we can get the... I think once we get Palace secure, we'll be all right. Yeah, Celtic third. Channel 8 and a Fergie, St Mirren, Aberdeen, then United. That right there. That right there. I mean, so many options, so many options. How long have we got remaining on the Palace contract? 1 year. 1 year. We asked for a contract and they said, yeah, okay. And then we went, oh, actually, no. No, we don't. We don't need that. Celtic job feels like an end of season sacking. Yeah. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Could be it. Could be it. There could be quite a few seconds at the end of the season. So I think if we just go out there, do what we need to do, make ourselves stay up, which I'm still confident of. I still think that we will stay up. Get a little rep boost at the end of the season for that as well. Then we'll see what happens. We've got 20 odd million quid guaranteed for the transfer fund for next season regardless, which is probably enough to do some bits to patch things up. I mean, we still need a centre back. We probably need a better goalkeeper for next season. Fullbacks could still be a thing. Haymaker over the top. Well, if you stay up in Palace, want to keep you on, will you? We've got another year left in our contract, David, so we're not necessarily in a position where we have to be rushing out the door. If there's no other options, then I think we stay where we are, because we're onto a pretty good thing. We're not sort of like under any pressure where we're going to get sacked, I don't think. Game at 10 games across 2 cups on Palace. No way you win the league for a while. Yeah, we're not going to win the title with Palace at all. That's a given, I think. Unless we have the Leicester season, which I can't see us having with this Palace side. We just haven't got enough about us to do that. I think Hayes is slowly going on the decline. I think the chat is going to be on the decline. We need some more depth in the squad as well, because players are going to leave. So I can't see us winning the title anytime soon. I think even the look of the cup is going to be quite tricky for us. We lost both cup matches against Fulham. They destroyed us in both. Well, they destroyed us in one game. They beat us in penalties in the other. So that's of course been a bit of a concern. And we can't even then just focus on those cup competitions, because if you do that, then you're really slipping in the league, and it's also tricky because there's only 2 cup competitions to focus on, unlike in Scotland or in Wales and Northern Ireland where there's 4 cup competitions. So there is a little bit of gamesmanship we've got to kind of try and think about. I think we've just given away a penalty. I think that's a penalty, isn't it? Would you get a rep boost for staying up? I think you have to be right up the mid-table, last stage of the cup. No penalty. Oh, interesting. More badges. I mean, I'm trying to... We asked about the badges and we've not heard back yet. So I don't know whether there's a bug that they've been caught in the matrix somewhere. But yeah, we asked about the badges and they've not got back to us yet. ultimately being successful gets us the rep boost. Is that not a penalty? No, De Berg goes down. Bell, Grimes. Someone put the ball in the box. Chat with the effort. I think Eli tackled him. Yeah, you know, probably about right, to be honest. Our players getting in the way of each other. I know we're trying to grind results out, but I'm not confident of just sitting backwards here. I'm like, I think we just go back to the 4-3-3 again and try and push forward again, but it's 4 defeats in a row. Great tackle. Turned down their contract, but didn't make them want to send you on a 4-month course. Well, we asked for the course ages ago. So you'd think they would have brought it up in the meeting, but no, apparently not. So it'll be fine. We'll see what happens. I guess if we keep them up, we might be able to get a longer contract if we want one. Or we just keep our eyes peeled. Right, we're sitting too deep at this point. Let's push up. We're not good enough defensively to allow low block pressure. Rodriguez, Damjanovic, back to Rodriguez. The chat over the top. Damjanovic is away. Oh, good effort. It's not by the goalkeeper. But yeah, I think we start writing that list for what we need at Crystal Palace next season. Put in the chat, what are you thinking? What positions do we need? Salty B, look at that. 8 months for our man Salty B. Oh mate, appreciate you. Hope you're well. Welcome in. Let's drop Salty a follow, by the way, guys, if you're not already doing so. Salty, how was the path of the playoffs today? How are you feeling about it? If you decided that I said thanks and you can go on the course, take 4 months, you have to stay until well into next season. Yeah, I mean, I think if we'd have agreed the contract, we certainly wouldn't be getting anywhere with job applications, because we'd have the compensation would be too high. So we'd then have to walk from the jobs, which would be another concern, I think. Keep the defenders, centre midfielder. Yeah. it's quite a lot when you put it on it, really. Path to the playoffs. I missed out on 7 of my ideal 11. Oh dear. Aim for a big 11. All right, well, I still have faith in you, Salty. I still have faith. So it's Thursday for the playoffs itself. So if you haven't followed the FM playoffs, keep your eyes peeled for that. Chris de Berg knocks it back in. You got Zlatan. Well, that makes it all fine then. As long as you got Zlatan, Cagliarella, and Joaquin, got all the air. Oh, does it count? I don't think it does. Oh. Oh, they've used the red line, lady in red. Oh. That was close. No Evan Nilsson, no Royce. Well, yeah, of course, yeah. We knew about that. We had a bit of a chat about that, actually, behind the scenes, going, who's Salty going to pick? Players that he uses aren't there. Did you get Hamzik, Adam and Joaquin as well? Yeah, that's Charlie Adam, isn't it? Oh, come on. Please tell us we're not sleepwalking our way into a relegation battle here. Bowen, obviously you win. No chance. They make Brozier the new Evan Nelson. Nice. I mean, if you do, that would be incredible. Because you clear. There's no way you do. There's no way you do. But if you do, then that'll be an absolute feat of engineering. Grimes heads it wide. How's the games going anywhere? They're going fine. They're going fine there. They're definitely going. We're seeing all 90 minutes are passing Salty, and in those 90 minutes we are losing matches for now. So we're in a bit of a sort of like end of season slump. We're expected to avoid relegation, which I think we probably will just. We're trying to keep our eyes peeled for maybe the Celtic job, possibly, but that might feel like a bit of a stretch for us now. St Mirren we've applied for. That sort of seems a little bit more our level. Is it going to count? Goal! God damn Janovic. Tony's heading one way on the tail and it's downwards. Yes, that's true. Actually, no, we are staying where we are. I don't think we've actually slipped. Yeah, we have slipped, yeah. Yeah, we have. We've slipped from 14th to 15th. So, oh, no, wait, no. We are staying where we are. 14th. That's what we like. Back up forward. Daniel Day-Lewis might go a whole Premier League season without scoring a goal. He hasn't played every single game, must admit, though, so we can't judge him on that. But maybe he's not Premier League level in the system that we play. That was a very partridge celebration. It was a bit, wasn't it, Arsenal? It felt like it had something, which I quite liked. Damjanovic pings it over the bar. If we can rescue a point, that'd be great. Look at Sam Nolliman 10th there. And we had a goal disallowed, remember, for Christa Berg. Cleared away, chat. Daniel Day-Lewis gives it away. That'll do. It's out for DDL. Too good for the Championship, not good enough for the Premiership. I think he needs a partner. I think he plays well in a 2. Like in the Premier League level, I think he needs to be part of a 2, possibly in a 3. And because we're playing a theoretically a lone striker, Eli's doing all right up front. You know, he's doing okay on his own. He's getting us goals in a team that's struggling. So can't really take that away from him. Just go right. He's a bit more physical. So yeah, let him keep running the line. West Ham now apparently interested in trying to buy Eli. It ain't happening. DDL's a bit streaky, and if you don't give him much game time, he'll never get in form. Yeah, that's a fair comment, Nige. It's a very fair comment. Celtic job's back insecure again. They've slipped to 4th. Let's keep our eyes peeled on that one. I'm building myself up for this. I know we're going to be disappointed. And we're going to get offered it. But I feel like it'd be good, wouldn't it? If we stay at Palace, then 100% we start work as soon as the final whistle goes. And we're in. Is it worth declaring an interest in the Celtic job? That's a good question, Franco and A15. The problem is, what if we get laughed at? What if they go, there is no way that we'd want you. Remember in the 90s when he finished 5th in the SPL? Horrible times. Those times could come back, Keeney. If I'm in charge, they could come back. We could make that happen. Then apply for St Mirren and ruin their season. Torfreda. Don't ask, don't get. Celtic manager got himself secure by promising the SPL, and now they're heading down again. The board is angry. Or if we get laughed at, is TJ approaching the Celtic job as like a girl at the school disco. I'm more worried about Palace's board calling and asking what we're doing. Well, the thing is though, do the Palace board have anything that we can be pissed off about? Because we don't have any promises to the board, so we don't have to sort of like not approach for jobs. They obviously are fine with where we are so far. A back 7 in the SPL, exactly. That's the problem. Why are they doing that? Bye, JM. Thoughts? Love you to see you. What do we do? What do you do? Do we? I mean, they're playing. They are playing a back 7 in the pro. I reckon if they lose to Rangers, I reckon it goes. I reckon the job goes. When's the game played? The 21st. When's our next? 13th, the 20th. We could go to the game and sit in the stands. That could add a bit of pressure, couldn't it? Attend the match. We'll do that. And let's sit in the stands with a Celtic scarf on. Yeah. And be like, right. How do we attend the game? There, attend. Right, we're going to be in the stands. Try and put some pressure on that way. Next to the director of football and the owner. St Mirren drew a Celtic. Morton have beaten us. I reckon the gaffer gets sacked soon. Maybe. Declare interest, then go to the game. Feels a bit much, that, doesn't it? But I get the thinking behind it. Is there such thing as a Rangers half and half scarf? Go Sports! Got St Mirren on one side and Celtic on the other. Or declare interest in the Celtic job and then go and join St Mirren. Be like, I had no interest at all. Wasn't bothered. Just doing it for lols. Half and half scarves. Half and half scarves are pointless, David. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Fans will stone you for managing Linfield. Possibly. That's a good point, Nige. St Mirren all the way then. Oh dear. Right, this is interesting. So they've informed you the application to fill the manager's role can't be taken further. The St Mirren board are unable to reach compensation agreement with your current employers. They're prepared to put the process on hold for a short period of time should you be able to find a different manner of departing, but will eventually be forced to consider their options otherwise. You may be able to persuade your current board to reduce their compensation demands in order for you to be considered for the role. St Mirren must have no money. How can you not afford to get... How can you not afford to get me? Evening, Addy. How are you, pal? They do want us to resign. I'd be reluctant to do that. Celtic would definitely have the money. big link up with clubs in New Zealand and Australia. We sort of did want it though, didn't we? That's the problem. Because I think it will be fun. It's definitely a step down, though, innit? It's definitely a step down. I did that with TNS when I moved to Tranmere. It was the only option. I mean, look, youth recruitment, coaching, they're only 15s. Behind my head, you can't see it, okay? Balance minus 3 million. Well, that's loads because we've got, minus 45 million at Palace. Current season profit and loss is minus 6.5 million. Season budget, transfer budget, 1.4 million. They have no money left. There's £163,000 wage budget. £156,000 a week is currently being spent. Their average wage is £2.3 thousand a week. I think we leave St Mirren just for a little bit of time. Evening, Jebaru. How are you, buddy? What was the objective at St Mirren? We don't know. They're predicted 5th. They are in the Conference League, of course, as well. As much as I'd like to manage St Mirren, I think that might be, we might have to sit that one out, and I think we've got to wait for the Celtic job now. That's what I think. How's the playoffs, Jeb? How was it tonight? And obviously I'll watch back tomorrow on the VOD. Stunning panel. Jebaru hosting. Dupe was in. Rich Owens. Y Callum. It's great, right? It's brilliant. Not worth it. Stick with Palace or try and get Celtic. Yeah, I think so. I think if Celtic wasn't potentially hanging around as a maybe option, then fine, let's go for St Mirren. But it's a massive, it feels weird to have to resign from Crystal Palace to join St Mirren. If that makes any sense. All right, a bit overtired, probably gonna get an earliest night eventually. Yeah, I think you need to, Jeb. You've been setting fire to the candle at all ends, not just both ends, all ends, and in the middle. So yeah, you do need to rest up a little bit. So we're gonna play Liverpool now. Get that game out of the way. Away, then Derby, then we travel to Glasgow to sit and watch the Old Firm game with pens and paper in our pockets and ears and everything. Try and make sure we can get a conversation going about that one. Be like, hey, have you guys looking for a manager right now? Because this guy could do your job, right? 6.44, 6.65 for Lungu. Okay. Put JJ on the bench. Put Murphy in as well. Right, let's go for it. See what we can get. Away to Liverpool. It's fine. They've won 3 out of their last 5. We have won. No, we've lost 4 out of our last 5. So form is irrelevant, really, in the grand scheme of things. They've got a sort of Brazilian box formation going on. So we might have to try and exploit the wings. Oh, there we go. Free kick early doors. 16 seconds in. Comes to nothing, apparently. Right, let's go wide. So if they're going through the middle, we might as well Try and use those wide areas. Ketowski collects. Correa thought about it. Oh. Bring the ball away a little bit in defence. 3 minutes in. Let's press actually rather than. Just sit, waiting. Now gets it clear. Alini back to Real. Stand them up. That'll do. It's 4 minutes in. I'm nervous already. Pogues drafted Tom Huddleston, by the way. Can't wait for Leon Goretzka. One is going to do well. Tom Huddleston's a great pick. Brilliant pick. Good in the dressing room. That's what it is. He's got under 23 experience. Goretzka hasn't. Do you know what I mean? No effect. Swings it in. Correa. Head towards the keeper. Keeper's got a hairband in. I mean, our captain's got a hairband. Our goalkeeper doesn't. Oof, away. Correa getting the flick on to himself. Forsyth straight at the wall. 11 minutes. This is the thing, when you sit back against like a team that's quite dominant on the game, it just feels like every couple of seconds is another highlight, another highlight, and just like, it'd be nice to sort of like be able to just not have any highlights. I'd love it if we had no highlights and it went 0-0. Be like, great, I'd take that. Absolutely just nullify the opposition. Even beyond Ultra Gaming, how are we? But I feel that sadly it's going to take a bit. We're going to be on the receiving end of quite a bit here. That's what she said. Oh dear. All good. Thank you, Ultra. All good indeed. We're just sort of in that end of season treading water phase where it's like nothing to play for, and because of that, sort of results are slipping a little bit. We're sort of looking at next season, not necessarily even at our own club. We're sort of like trying to cast our eyes over other clubs. I quite fancy the Celtic job. Just needed to. It's insecure at the minute. We've got this match to get through. Then we're going to go on our game against Derby to get through. And then the following day in Glasgow is the Old Firm Derby. So we've decided to go unattended because we think that if Celtic are sat fourth and they lose to Rangers in that match, that's probably going to be the manager sacked. They're like, nothing to play for, let's stop playing good. Yeah, that's 100% how it feels. It feels a lot like that. Just like, look, we've done what we've had to do. We're not getting relegated, we don't think. It's fine. We're all going to get paid. Let's just not injure ourselves. And in a sense, I respect that. 14th is very good. Is very good. Like, I'm happy with it because we were expected to sort of be about there. It's a good ball, that's a good header. That's a very good header. Yeah. Keeper's got to do bad. It is extremely respectful. It is, and you know what? I think that like players learn, like other teams learn from that. They're like, yeah, they go about things the right way. So I guess now it's either lose 4-0 or lose 4-0 having a go, or lose 4-0 sitting back. So we might as well have a go and lose 4-0. Who's meant to be defending him the left back, the DM, or the defensive centre back? No idea. I would say it's the centre back, but we don't know. Don't have suddenly something relegation battle in the last week or so. Well, I guess you're right. Derby is the next match. We really have to win that Derby game. He's giving the ball away there. We have to win the game against Derby. We have to win the game against the teams around us. And we say that like we haven't exactly got wins recently, so we can win matches. We do know how to do it. Hello, Johnny D. How are you, pal? How's form going? Not great. Not great, to be honest. We've got Sunderland to play. We've got Derby to play. We've got, I want to say, QPR to play still as well. So our teams in and around us, but that also means they're going to be battling for those points as well. Even Jack Ladd, welcome in. Do always have the feeling when you massively overachieve the team's goal, these are good, now let's up our game. Possibly. I think there's a little bit of that. But, I mean, Liverpool are second in the league, so I don't really think that Liverpool have raised their game much. I think we've played probably about as well as we can do. We're a goal down, they're getting a lot of chances. I'm amazed they're only 1-0 up, to be honest. Yeah, we've had two DMs stuck in there trying to nullify things, but the team set a bit more first team players against you if you start well. I think in mid-season form. It's a side we expect to lose. Oh yeah, we expect to lose this one. Like away to Liverpool, I'm thinking, yeah, this is exactly how FM wants to play, isn't it? 30th of August, still waiting for a job. How long did it take you to get your first job? Unemployed, no rep, was it straight away? Yeah. So if there's no jobs that are available straight away, David, then you'll probably get in the first round of intake. So you're probably October, I would say. Teams will be losing from September onwards. But the issue is, of course, is that you've got, like, with all football jobs, you take over a club that tends to be doing badly. That's the problem. Morning, Flipper. How are you, pal? Welcome in. Haven't been on much lately. He's just catching up. Didn't expect you to be down there. Well, no, we certainly didn't expect to be down here in terms of finishing 14th. I think we probably did expect to be down here, really. 2-0 down against Liverpool, though. Again, probably expected that as well, sadly. Yeah. Just going on holiday until then. Yeah, I guess so. I would set it to apply to all jobs if you are going on holiday. But then again, if you apply for all jobs, the problem is if you apply for all jobs, it's going to apply for everything. So nations that you don't want as part of the British deal. So I would just manually keep pressing continue. You're not going to lose a lot, really, are you? The thing is, you don't want to obviously don't want to end up with applying for like the Malaga job or something. Oh, off the other side of the bar. We overestimated this team. I think it's my fault. What? In what sense, Dan? We didn't overestimate. I think everyone thought this was going to be a bit of a struggle season. So, yeah, I don't think it's a. I don't think it was an estimate. No one was suggesting it was going to be 100 points this season. Yeah. Wingers are doing nothing. Yeah, no one's doing it really. To be honest, it's one of those matches where the games just went right. Liverpool are going to win, and it's a matter of how Liverpool are going to win. You thought Euro Conference qualifier was possible. you can never tell. Like, the Premier League's not that good, really. We've gone up, first season. We looked decent when we first started out. Kazma bit, welcome in, appreciate the follow. And it might be next season. Do you know what I mean? £100 if we move to Celtic. I mean, we've got to be thinking that. We've got to be thinking that, surely. Like, going to Celtic has to be seen as, right, we've got to win everything. I guess the issue is as well, there, is that it's only been 1 season, 2 seasons max at Celtic. We haven't applied for the job yet because it hasn't technically become available. It is insecure. And the next match is the Old Firm. So we've decided to go. And watch it, and hopefully that'll give us a bit of pressure to be like, hey, these guys want to actually come and manage. Premier League is not very good, but it's very rare for a first-time club to get above 12th or 14th, never in the European spots. Yeah, 100%. Like, you got to be talking. You're going all the way back to like Ipswich and Sunderland days. Just sucked out of position. Who's that? Z. But it's just a lack of quality. Like we haven't got the quality of a team who have just gone top of the table. Like, we can't be concerned really and be like, I can't believe this is, we've fallen away like this. In real life, this happens. I was more annoyed about the 4-0 defeat against Newcastle. I was more annoyed about the defeat against West Ham. I was more annoyed about the defeat against, drawing with Southampton. They're the concerning ones. This is you don't have this down on your matches to win, sadly. But we are now in a position where, as you say, we're only 6 points above the relegation zone now. So have we started to sleepwalk into a relegation battle? I did say, let's lose 4-0 by attacking. We might do that. We turned down the Wolves job because we didn't think that was going to take us any further, but Wolves now might actually go above us. It's not. I think there's just a lack of belief at this point now. I think they're all a bit like, oh, what do we do? Rabbit in the headlights. Giving the ball away cheaply. It's a young squad as well. I guess we've also got to think about that. We haven't got a lot of experienced heads in there. The ones that are experienced aren't really brilliant. Like Chat, I guess, Wingerless system they use actually destroying our formation. It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy how they've managed to get in and around us, because we play quite narrow anyway. So it's not like they've even. It's not like we've played wide and they've just gone through the middle. We play quite narrow. So I don't. You know what I mean? Is your left winger extremely right-footed? I keep noticing he never crosses naturally into the box. We need to have a look at that, because I thought he was right-footed. But he doesn't have the stops, turns and plays about the edge of the box. I think it's because he's on support as well. I know that might sound really stupid, but it's almost like support is sort of almost a slightly more defensive mentality. But we need him on support because we need Z to go beyond him with him being a full back on attack. DDL giving the ball away. Great. But look, this is. I'm not going to say this is fine, but this is certainly. It's not alarming. We've been absolutely outplayed for 90 minutes, for 95 minutes. It's been one of those games. Interesting ball back inside. Plus, we need Maxo back. We need. What else do we need? Cure's just come back, of course. Just need a bit of luck. 37 shots. Like that says it all, to be honest, really. We were hammered from start to finish. Absolutely hammered. Six points above the relegation zone. It's not the end of the world just yet. Goalless strikers are a bit of a concern. Away at Anfield is to be expected. Exactly. And that's, you know, I can't get too upset at losing 3-0 at Anfield, because we lost 4-0 at home to Newcastle. That's worse. We lost 3-1 away at Fulham. We lost 2-1 away at Fulham. We lost 3-1 away at Tottenham. We lost 2-0 at home to Newcastle. We lost 3-1 away at Southampton. They're worse results. 1-0 away to West Ham. Like, if we lose to Derby, that's a worse situation. Bring Maxwell to Celtic. Plenty of pubs to have. Oh, could you imagine? Could you imagine? Chance creation, chance conversion. Let's put tactics practice. Let's do set pieces, I reckon. Defending corners, shadow play. Let's do set piece delivery. Let's try that. See if that works. Defensive positioning. Oh, we don't got that, yeah. Defensive shape, isn't it? Yeah, that's the one. What's Celtic's reputation like compared to Palace? 4 versus 3. So they are seen as better. So we might struggle with the job, but it's not there yet. Derby don't have a manager. Oh God. Right, we're up against managerless Derby, so that means they're going to beat us, clearly. I think given our recent form, maybe we don't declare interest in the Celtic job, because they might be like, that guy? No, surely not. Dale, 40k, my man. How are we, buddy? Look at that. 4 months in on the subs. Appreciate you, dude. Hope you're well. If you're not following Dill, by the way, you need to get on the Dill train. Dill is like, oh, I love watching this guy. I love it. We stream, we raid into him quite a bit. He's got Builder Nation, Philippines, Dynamo Dresden. Philippines were in the World Cup. Oh, it was brilliant. Future of Aston Villa, of Crystal Palace midfielder Biggs. He looks uncertain following reports of a bust up. Oof. You are? Right. Fine. Bust ups. I can't believe we're having issues in the dressing room here. Like, don't bother arguing out there. Go and do your arguing on the football pitch. You know what I mean? Buzz and Spurs got Big Ange. That's good. It's going to be great, Dill. Honestly, we spoke a little bit about it earlier on. Like, it's a great appointment. Like, I think he's been superb. I think he's been a breath of fresh air into Scottish football. And I think it's going to be a great opportunity for him. And I think that if he's given time, then he could do something decent. But I think, as Chelsea proved with Potter, just doing something short term just isn't going to work, you know. Franco's in with the sub as well. 4 months. Thank you, Franco. 4-month prime. Very kind, very kind. Genuinely appreciate the support. He was unhappy on Saturday. He wasn't meant to be played. This is the point that suits both parties very well, to be fair, says Salty Bay. Exactly. Obviously, you've got the issue now that poor Leeds might be getting Steven Gerrard. So, that's not a good thing. Maxwell will never be a patch on Stefan Mane. He's a mental bastard, yeah. When's Maxwell back? I think he's back. Oh, get him straight back in. Like, I don't care how many beers he's had. Well, however many beers he's had is not been enough. Give him more. Give him more beers. Right, Hayes is back in as well. Right, Biggs is kicking off with himself apparently. But kicking off with me, so I guess I kind of have to. Apparently, I have to put him in the team. Queen went for Murphy. Right, whenever he gets injured, just tell him to get drunk and snap the ball back into place. Job done. Yeah, absolutely. Just you can run it off. It's fine. Just run it off. It'll be all right. Look at all those lines though. Like look, all the yellow lines that are dropping into place. We know what we're doing as a team. We know what we're doing. Issue is we just need that little bit of confidence. Yeah. Get some paintball done. We're fine. Youth players have come through. Jose Corrales, 15-year-old goalkeeper. It's not a first teamer, is he? Matthew Ward. I like how he's asymmetric. He can play left back and right wing. There's a man who's not really thought about where he wants to play. Luke Duncan. Physically awful. Simon Bottomby. Not great. Leighton Wake. He's got mentals. Tackling, marking, teamwork, determination, aggression, anticipation, not so much, but he might end up being alright as a right back. Ben Dixon, we were expecting a really bad intake, to be honest, as well, so it's not exactly unsurprising to see just this Podrick last. I mean, yeah, it's not surprising. Innocent and Doley, they're all a bit rubbish. Yeah, let's just get out there quickly. How do I fix two centre backs not being able to play well together? Every time I go into a game, my system tells me they don't work well. Without sounding a little bit disingenuous, get rid of them. Like, get rid of one of them. This is interesting. Our name's now turning up in the stable list, so we've gone from secure to stable. So I was thinking that maybe we were a bit more secure, but possibly not. I guess the board are looking at our slide down the league and being like, is he the right manager? You know, we did take that contract offer at one point. They were like, I don't want it. Maybe we should have done that. Got a bit of security. Thinking like earlier, we've played 16 seasons and haven't been sacked. I find that odd as well, to be honest. Especially given the way that I play the game. And with my reputation, then yes, I'm surprised we haven't been sacked after 16 seasons as well. So Wolves have moved up. QPR have lost again. So we need a win against Derby. That should give us something. Get some more biscuits on the go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. 8 games. Roy Hodgson's always on their mind. And with good reasons with very good reason. I think you have to. Might have another Viscount actually. I feel as though, I mean, we started the season, the stream tonight with a Viscount, so it's like, is that part of the problem? Were we a little bit too bourgeois? So Leeds versus Sunderland, Palace versus Derby. Oh, Roy's gonna live forever, Jack. Don't wish that on Roy. Surely not. Middlesbrough, QPR, Celtic. There you go. There's the things. Hearts. Jobs now available as well. It's the end of an old podcast. You'll be surprised at not being sacked by Sheffield Wednesday. I was very surprised I didn't get sacked by Sheffield Wednesday. I can't believe how he managed to hang on. Bored upset we've sacked Doogie. Maybe that's the thing, yeah. Is that the Mark Kerr? It is, isn't it? Falkirk to Dundee United. To Aberdeen, to Aston, yeah. Oh. Is Hearts an option? Expected to finish 6th. That is the Mark Kerr. He's the caretaker manager. FM royalty. I mean, they've got to play Celtic next and Hibs. Financially, they have £3 million left in the transfer budget. They have a transfer budget of 2.57 million. They're £2 million in debt. Tristan's in with the 6 months prime. Appreciate Tristan, very kind. How's life treating you, buddy? It's nice to see you. Hope life's treating you well. Is Celtic going to give you a job after managing Hearts? Probably not. But then again, are Celtic going to give us a job when we're currently heading towards a relegation battle? Offered the Dartford interview, 21st in the Vanarama South. Do I go for it or do we need to start in Northern Ireland? You can start wherever you want, David. Start wherever you want. If Dartford have given you a job offer, I would definitely go and have that chat. There's you're not necessarily guaranteed to get the job as well. You also got to think that. But yeah, just keep a tally of the trophies. Do what you want. Do it your way. Get it done, mate. Save is keeping us very, very busy. We're enjoying it with Palace, but we do have to kind of keep our eyes peeled for other options. So Hearts is a thing. So Hearts we've applied for. St Mirren have said yeah, you can we can consider you, but you will have to leave Palace because we can't afford the compensation. So that's a concern. We are holding out for Celtic. That's what we want. How's the progress for your save goals? So here we are. Dill. This is what we've done so far. So this is all the wins in green. White stuff we haven't won yet. Red is things we've been knocked out of this season. Yellow is what we can still technically class as being part of. So as you can see, all of Scotland, all of Wales still to do. Lots of England and Northern Ireland still left as well. And that's what we look like. So Banbridge, Portadown, Dungannon, Linfield. That was the Northern Irish part of the save so far. Then Oxford, East Fife in Scotland, Huddersfield, Crystal Palace. So we've got 10 out of 35 so far. So we're nudging along. something like a Celtic, for example, would give us a good chance and a good shout at winning 4-5 trophies. Do you know what I mean? Like, are we going to be able to do that though? I don't know. I agree, Nigel. I think maybe Celtic, as much as we want it, might just be a little bit out of our reach. And I think the fact that we're sliding down the table means that it might be a little bit more of a concern. We might be less likely to get it. Their match is next. Their match is like tomorrow. So, Spurs win an Audi Cup. You don't want one, do you? Get an Audi Cup, yeah. Great progress. Scotland and Wales here pre-retirement plans. Not necessarily. I think if we can... We obviously still have to go to the Vanarama North and South. And we have to go back and win some trophies we didn't get in Northern Ireland. We still have to win the Papa John's Trophy in England, so you've got to be a League One side to do that, so that's going to be quite tricky, or a Premier League Division Under 23 side. So that's going to be tough. So, yeah, quite a bit still to do. Josh Burrows is looking to start a new save outside of the English League. Got any ideas on a team to start with? We've just done a little bit with Fortuna Dusseldorf in the Discord. That's quite good fun. So, second division in Germany, because Germany's great fun. Do you want something that you can just turn up and win, or do you want something you can grind out? Sleman's a great shout in Indonesia. Odds Ball Club in Norway. Penalty. Gotta be. If you start unemployed, Charleroi are fun. Finished 9th in the Belgium League last year. No penalty. What is this? Come on. Red Star Paris. Weirdly, I actually own a share of Oviedo. Okay, Franco, tell us this story. Maxo! He's been out, broken leg since Christmas Eve. Comes back in, first thing he does, quick 6-pack of cans in the changing room before he starts. Smacks it in, keeper's not got anything. Gets a hand on it, turns it into the goal. Maxo's back. Oh. Thompson did a rebuild with no decent side or someone a lot lower down. Started an online save with Lille. France can be fun. How about Bordeaux? If Raggio's in, Raggio would love Bordeaux. Oh, Korea. Everyone suggests about 400 teams. Which one do I go with? Well, we just chuck a load of things out, Josh. That's how we work around here. It depends on what sort of save you want. Like, if you want something that's going to be a long-term thing, then we can give you a long-term team. If you want something that's just going to be a quick, wham bam, get it sorted. I'm a wind-up merchant. I absolutely am, Dan. Kaiserslautern, yes. Love Kaiserslautern, Keeney. Fuck Bordeaux and the entire Bordeaux region of France. Yeah. Raggio's not a fan of Bordeaux, by the way. Plus, of course, over the weekend, it's not been great to be connected to Bordeaux either. So, about 10 years they were on bust. They offered a club to anybody, almost crowd-funded scheme. Loads of role players, including Wham Mata, bought shares. Nice. Zaragoza for a rebuild. How about Cologne? I mean, Germany's loads of good fun teams in Germany. 1860 Munich, Sao Paulo, Malaga. So do Como. Anyone know the background behind them? Fabregas plays them, doesn't he? And didn't Balotelli play for them at one point, or have I made that up? But I'm pretty sure that's who Fabregas plays for right now, or at least, or does he own them possibly? Jones on for Z. Hayes still not. Hayes has really dropped off this season. But Josh Burrow's in with a follow. Appreciate, pal. Depot is good, yeah. Great ball down the line. There's Eli. Oh! You had a Depot shirt as a kid. There's the one. That's your new save then, Josh. And the first thing you need to do at Depot is you have to try and find somebody who's going to be Jalminia for you. You've got to find your new Jalminia, and you've got to find a new Roy Mackay as well. So find a Brazilian, find a Dutch striker, find a Diego Tristan. There you go. You're away. Depot's the one. Right. If you're not in Discord, Josh, make sure you're in Discord and keep us posted of that, because all of a sudden we're all like, "Ooh, Depot's a really good idea." Walter Pandiani, forgot about him. Was Walter Samuel at Depot as well? Or am I thinking of someone out there? I'm not sure if he was. There could be. Oh, Albert Luque. Yes. Who did they have in goal? I'm presuming that they probably had Zubi Zaretta. It's like forever. Juan Valeron. I think, is Roy Mackay not there as a coach already? He should be, shouldn't he? Aquino. Oh. No, yeah, get yourself into the Discord now, man. You've 100% got. You've got so many people already invested in this save. And quite a few people are now considering, who now probably want me to just sack this one off actually and be like, can we all do Deportivo instead? Que tal estamos? I mean, I've tried Rivaldo. Aquino. Buenas noches. C. A. Grande. I don't know. Is that what my Spanish? I can't speak Spanish at all, to be honest. No way we can leave after these plays, after this performance. Fran! Is it bad I hold a grudge against Derby for ejecting us? This Derby team is pretty shit. I mean, they deserve to be relegated for rejecting us, but you're right. I can't stay mad at you, can I? I don't know what league they're in. I think, well, also as well, you've got to consider the fact that they might not have their actual name as well. So you might have to search for a potential. I thought they were in like Serie. Are they not in Serie in like Liga D or something? Nuno Espirito Santo is the backup goalkeeper for Depot. Oh, now we're talking. Jacques Songo. Oh my. Oh my. Deportivo's giving me vibes. I think we've got to do Spain as part of next year, haven't we? Nuruddin Nebet. Oh. Depot had some players, didn't it? 3-0 win. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Lionel Scaloni. Just googled Fran's son is Nico Gonzalez, contracted to Barcelona. Try and get him in at Depot, make him a club legend like his dad. Oh. Here we go. Here we go. There's narrative all over the place here. If you ping it to, if you ping the link, David, to Dan or Raggio, they'll be able to post it for you. There's a team called Corona on here. I'm presuming it's them. Let me have a look. I'll be able to tell you. Yeah, you might have to. It might be Corona. Hang on, have I got Spain loaded up? I must have, haven't I? Yeah, Spain. bet they've been relegated. Yeah, they've been relegated on our game, haven't they? Coruna. There they are. Spanish First Division. They start 2022-23 in the Spanish Federation A, second division. Yeah. Primera Federation Group 1. But yes, that, I mean, look, the stadium's great as well, isn't it? A community save. Oh, right, make it happen. We're all managing Depot, right? Let's do it, Josh. Right, if someone wants to set that up in the Discord as well. Oh, okay, we're off. Depot's the one. Right, we're in the stands for the Celtic Rangers game. At Celtic Park as well. I'm predicting to win the league. That's a good start. You would hope so. You would hope so. Okay, let's keep our eyes peeled. Then let's see what this Celtic side are not made of. Nice bit of creeping with a love interest going on here. It's good, isn't it? We can play in a stadium this big. I like to play in the FM with this movement lights. Only I've played a couple of games in the last 2 weeks. It's weird, Keeney, because the thing is, we don't want them to win, because then it means we get a chance at the job. But at the same time, we don't want them to lose against Rangers, right? They might even get knocked out of the European place at this point. Imagine that, if they fall so far down, they're below Ross County. We'd have to be in with a shout then, surely. That's a penalty. No. Yes, please, Raju. If you want to get that put together, that would be awesome. Thank you. Try and get a bit of a description on it as well and be like, right, this is what we're going to go for. I feel like we need to leave already. Just be like, this is not... Declare interest. They play in their stadium with rules. I think they probably would. They must do, surely. They can't play like in the car park or anything, can they? St Mirren look like they're going to stay up. Celtic look like they might just about be able to hold on. Off the other side of the bar, it's away. Who mentioned that if we get Celtic, we should have a Swedish striker, because I'm all for that. God knows whether they can name one Celtic player in real life. Ryo. He's the guy. Good ball through the line. Samuel. Santos puts it over the top. It's a block. Owen O'Brien. Oh. Kyogo. He's so good, Kyogo, isn't he? Samuel. Musa. It's in again. Joe Hart. Yeah. Keep forgetting about Joe Hart. Crazy Lucas Perez was at Arsenal playing in the third division in Spain. Oh, come on, that's got to be a penalty, surely. Oh, free kick for offside. I think we've got to be... I mean, look at this. They are playing 3 centre-backs, 2 DMs in the SPL. What he is playing at, lads. Jack Butland signed for Rangers today. He did, Zeke. Yes, I did see that. We don't want Celtic to win this. Oh, giving the ball away. These are the sorts of players we can manage. But he used to play back three. Didn't he play 3-4-3 though? Vertical tiki-taka, do it the Barca way. No, do it the Depot way. Get it out to the wings. Get it fast transitions onto Roy Mackay's head. Well, I say onto Roy Mackay's head. Tee it up for Roy Mackay to volley in from distance. That's what you want to be doing. Diego Tristan following in with the rebounds on the off chance there was a rebound. This is going to be fun. I can't wait to get started on Depot. I can't believe it's taken us this long to consider it. When he'll play 3 centre halves, wing backs, 3 midfielders, 2 strikers. Oh, okay. I mean, to be fair, one of his wide players was Didier Gat, so great ball through. I'm crazy. I just thought I saw Wirtz in Celtic's team. I don't think so. I think we've got quite a few Celtic players we need to get rid of, don't we? Celtic 13 shots, 4 for Rangers. Oh, kind of Brazilian 3-5-2. Keenan Yildiz gets the equaliser. Musa with the crack, look at that. Joachim Yildiz. It's a good finish, one of Kenny. I'm concerned as to how invested in this game I actually am right now. Like, kind of don't want them to. There you go. Now they've switched to a 4-4-2. Now let's see what happens. Tag again, take a show. Collado. Oh, what a miss! I get on the right, Thompson on the left. That's the one, isn't it? Stan Petrov in the middle. He's going to boot of Dortmund save any second. Well, that's going to be going on in the background, I think. It's going offliner now. Is that Paul Ward? Paul Ward in the SPL. Paul Ward at St Mirren, by the way, would be a shout. Or Paul Ward at Hearts. Not quite Roberto Carlos and Cafe, but I mean, sort of, isn't it, really? Whoever suggested the Depot saving chat is a legend, by the way. You know what, Josh? I think you're right. Whoever did suggest it had they had an absolute brainwave, just like, yeah, a moment of clarity. Paul Ward and JJ Dream Team up front. The league won't know what's hit it. If there's any way we can get Damjanovic involved. Well, Daniel Day-Lewis, maybe. DDL. Imagine DDL up here. You'd destroy the place. Better than that, Steve Guppy and Momo Salah. We just tuned in. We jumped from Palace. Right, Lulu Buster. What's happened at this point? That's so tight. So tight. We haven't jumped ship yet. Celtic are currently 5th in the SPL. Okay? We are on a little bit of a slide. We have just beaten Derby though, so we may not get relegated. We don't think we can get relegated. Celtic job's insecure, so we've sort of decided to just like have a little mosey up the road and go and watch the Old Firm game. Because in a sort of morbid way, if they lose that and the manager's getting sacked, surely it turns Celtic into a one-man Aquino team. We couldn't afford Aquino, sadly. Perfect day out, sushi, yes, 100%, 100%. So this is where we are. We're thinking, right, let's go and have a little look at this Celtic side, see what there is. St Mirren have said they would interview us, but they can't afford our compensation, so we have to leave Palace if we want the St Mirren job. We also applied for Hearts as well. So it doesn't really seem like a lot of great stuff happening. We can, of course, still stay at Palace. That's also an option with some decent players. And the only other thing you've missed so far is that we're all doing a community save with Deportivo. So obviously free transfer on the day you leave. Tagliente, headed clear. Ferry brings it away on the counter-attack. Double foul, he's going to get red carded. Oh, it's just a yellow. Even in the Old Firm, that's just a yellow. Wilson Samuel wins a corner. Crowd starts to get hyped up a bit. It's in, cleared away. We'll get some sleep. We've got GCSEs tomorrow. Addy, appreciate you. Good luck for your GCSEs. Go and smash them. I'm sure you'll be fine. You'll do fantastic. Come on, let us know how you think you got on. Obviously, you won't find out for a little while, but I'm sure everyone will be rooting for you. Couple balls played away. I mean, manager's got his suit jacket off, so he's feeling the pressure. It's Collado almost gives the ball away. Didn't Rivaldo play for Depot at some point? Did he? For some reason, I thought Veron, but I don't think that was going to be a situation at all. Celtic dominated the match. They got a draw. How's that going to be? How's that going to come across with the fans? 14 days till our next match. Jameson spotted at Celtic Park, suggesting he might be taking a closer look at players. No, not players. Taking a closer look at the actual the actual job. Still insecure, though, that's fine. Even a Celtic computer game, I hate not beating them. I know what you mean. I know what you mean, don't worry. I agree wholeheartedly. Tactics, teamwork, team bonding. What else do we do? Chance creation, chance conversion. You were rumoured to be interested in half of the Celtic team there. Yeah, see, that's the thing. So we might as well just take charge of the team if we like that many players. Just let us manage the whole thing. Now declare interest. Ooh, should we do that? Should we stick that in? Shall we try and stoke the fire up a little bit? It's going to backfire horrendously, isn't it? Jameson is considered by many to be a leading candidate. Okay. What was your reaction to being linked to the Celtic job? It's an honour. Let's see what happens there, shall we? I don't know whether that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, though. I don't know whether whether we're going to be able to get anything. Hopefully. Defensive shape. And then that should be delivery. Play from the back, attacking patience. Where's counter-attack? Ball distribution and transition, isn't it? Attacking movement. Copy that, paste that, right. You know, buy 40,000 green and white bucket hats to give out the next Celtic game. Could do that, couldn't I? What you got there? Suits, October 22nd. Alfred have offered me a job, 22nd place, 12 games in, 11 points. Alfred. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. David. You're in nicely. What tactical style would you play with Depot? Without seeing the squad, seeing what they've got, I'd be tempted to have something that's kind of like focuses on the wings, maybe. But I do quite like the idea of a tiki-taka system. Then that could work nicely as well. I'm quite old school, so like, get the ball down, tempted to go murder ball. Crystal Palace, bored and disappointed. Oh. They were disappointed in the turn of events and said they would only be obliged to pay a very affordable compensation fee. I mean, they're powerless to prevent Jameson from leaving. Oh. Evening, busiest Baron. Welcome in. 2 months in on the sub. The funniest man in football management. I mean, it's a bold statement. It's a bold statement. I'll take that. Hope you're well, buddy. Nice to have you in. If Celtic do want to do the thing and, you know, pull the trigger and get rid, I'm willing to step in. All the Man United freebie bucket hats were on eBay, 50 quid a pop. Oh, is that what there was it? So the management decisions are comical, to be fair. Actually, we're going to change that. That's double ball distribution. We don't want that, do we? Ball distribution, and then we'll have defensive shadow play. That again can be defensive shadow play because it's going to be against Man City, so we want to make sure that they know exactly what they're doing. Barrow have made an approach. Someone on loan, that's fine. Celtic fans dismiss Jameson interest. I mean, the fans think that the manager's doing well. Disgusting. Can't go to dismiss Jameson's interest and saying they would not only consider other candidates while Pellegrino was still an employee at the club. I mean, I understand that, but still. All about what the board think. Exactly. Fuck the fans. Skinny Gaming, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Very, very kind. Trying to find some wonder kids to bring the team to the top. fifth in the league, can't be Rangers. Surely the fans would be calling for his head. You would think so, wouldn't you? Hearts apparently don't want us. Compensation again. I mean, Hearts must be penniless as well. Yeah, £3 million. They're £3 million in the red, so that's not going to work. Good old 4-4-2 wing play, box to box, midfield, DLP, 2 advanced forwards, sweeper, keeper, Vanarama in the national. I would go goalkeeper in Vanarama national, but you could do sweeper, keeper. I think you need to work out on what. I think you need to look at the goalkeeper's anticipation, to be honest. So you don't want to be causing too many issues there. Wonder if you talk to the board about lowering your compensation, would they just sack you? Possibly. I think they'd first of all say no. That'll be the first port of call. I mean, Palace are doing what Palace have got to do. Like, you know, I guess Dan's right. Palace don't want me to go, so they're basically saying, well, look, we're not having you. We don't really want you to leave. So unless they can afford to take you, you're under contract, which is fair. I think they've already worked out that Celtic can afford to pay it. Celtic's the one we want, so we don't really want to be like triggering. Oh, Hibs has come up. I mean, again, are we going to get anything off the Hibees? They won the Premier Sports final. So they won a trophy this year. They got Conference League knockouts. Financially, minus 2.8 million. Yeah. Transfer budget, 600,000. Oh. Yeah. Hibs can't afford us either. Celtic are nothing, isn't it? Although all the jobs in Scotland are coming up. So, St Mirren, Hearts, Hibs. Has to be Celtic. Has to be Celtic. And if it's not, we stay at Palace. Unless a better Premier League job comes up. As we say, like a Chelsea or even Leeds, I guess, might be slightly more interesting, but we'll see. Argo Ante, River Plate. Well, I mean, River Plate will be great. I wish I could simulate friendlies. You can delegate them to your assistant manager, Jack. Yeah, TNS definitely can't afford the compensation. Absolutely. Yeah, just delegate the friendlies to your assistant manager. That's what I do when I'm playing offline. Online I play them because it's nice so we can work the formations out together. We can see how the new players look. But if I'm playing it offline, yeah, assistant manager does the friendlies for me. The next Emil and Penza is in the top 50 talents in world football. Let's see if there's anyone in there that's one of ours. There's Hanley, the goalkeeper that we were looking at. Krista Berg, number 11. Number 11 in the best young players in the world. In Europe, I should say, sorry. There's Payesh. We almost got him. Yeah, I think we're happy with one of those players in there, all right? Krista Berg. Who's the lad at Sparta Prague? This guy, Yuri Novotny. Wanted by Arsenal and Southampton. Let's put him on the shortlist, shall we? I see you from Cordoba, Argentina. I see you as well, Matalux. Welcome in. Welcome in. Big up the River Plate as well, by the way. How are you? Welcome into the stream. We're Maurice Ross has got the Hearts job, formerly of St Mirren. I think St Mirren must have filled their position, have they? Yeah, Jason Brown's taken over. Ewan Novotny was an old school sweeper. Slava FM23. Struggling to find certain players to buy here. Trying to think smart and get some cheap deals. Yeah, I mean that's what it's all about, right? Look at the free transfer market. Look at the loan market. You might even also look in your own under 21s, under 18s. You might have some players in there that are good enough. That's always a bit of advice I give to anybody when you take over a new club. David, you're probably the same. Just going into the new club in British Steel. Always have a look at where things are. We are on a continental license. Okay. That could stand us in good stead, actually, to be honest. If we're on our continental license, then maybe maybe we are. Maybe we might be in the in with a shout at Celtic then. Yeah, that moves us up to 3.5 stars. Let's ignore what the fans think for now. Doesn't really matter. Just go, yeah. Things are a bit shit at the minute, but hey, that's just how it is. Right? It is what it is, as they say. Aerial defense as well, actually. Freaking do what have I missed? What have I missed, Jebaru? What bit did I miss? 13-1 team below me in a friendly, 115-0. There we go. That's what you want. That phrase. What did I say? I don't really listen to what I say, so someone needs to remind me. Well, or don't remind me if it's contentious. It is what it is. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know. I was talking to people on their level, you know. Chance conversion, chance creation. Try and copy this, to be honest, because tactics, match practice. I should really try and actually lock this down and be like, right, that's what I think our set pieces, our training should be like. It would really help, wouldn't it? It's a pandemic. Play from the back. Let's take a look. Play from the back. And then what else have we got? Ball distribution. Defensive shadow play. Actually, it's against Sunderland, isn't it? So we need to have attacking movement, I think. defensive play there, surely. Defensive shadow play, right. Cool. Let's go. That's my brother's favourite most used saying when mum was bollocking for being drunk. Doesn't matter, people hitting out literally died. No, you didn't. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Semantics, eh? Semantics. Okay, so we're away to Man City. After all this, we've got to play fucking Man City. You know. Hopefully we don't get beaten too badly. Because we need the Sunderland game to... We need something good to come out of the Sunderland game. We could beat them. We could. Stranger things have happened at sea. They're only third, so... There's that, innit? Deportivo relegated to the second division of Spain, by the way, just in case anyone's interested. What's the City squad like? I'm guessing it's decent. I mean, it's full of players that we probably don't really know, to be honest. So, players that are obviously new gens, much better than ours. Much better than ours. Jordi Salcedo, for example, is worth 300 million quid. It's going to make it difficult for us. Tulio Fontes, not for sale. He's 325 grand a week wages. Eduardo, this is a player that they've had out on loan. He's a defender. He's very good as well. Brian Rukovla. I don't even know. They're fine. They're fine. But you know what? They're just a football club. They're just a football club. There's nothing superhuman about them. Yeah, just gotta go and do what we gotta do. We only tried. Let's give them a game. Let's attack them. What's the point? We might as well not bother sitting back, because you know, just give it a go. Hopefully the Celtic board are watching and they'll be like, hey, this is the sort of guy that we like. Like we lost. Remember when we got beaten 5-0 by Dungannon at Portadown, and then all of a sudden Dungannon were like, that's the guy we want in charge. Maxo in the book already. Well, we've held out for a minute. We've held out for a whole minute, so morally we've won. Do you know what I mean? This is brilliant performance so far. Z nods it back down. Maxa wants a drink. I think he does. The booking he's taken is for a local restaurant. Damjanovic goes back inside. Z over the top from Aquino. Back up to 14th, everyone. 10 points clear now. Aquino dinks it up. The cure. Oh. QPR have moved up to 18th. Luis Roberto. Corner comes in. Back post, Bernardo. He's got a fucking Mohawk. Of course he's going to score the header. Never mind, we held out for 12 minutes. Which is probably about as much as we could expect. Scorgi Bernardo bends it again. Just have defenders on the post. See, we did that when we were at Banbridge, and then like loads of people complained that defenders on the post wasn't a thing, so we started changing stuff around, and now it's like, well, we're just getting beaten by better players. So really what we need better players marking the better players. We haven't got that, sadly. This is why I try and buy big players. Big players who can jump. Bernardo's destroying Z. We might have to bring him back down a little bit. Oh, Damjanovic. He's giving it a big one. Get in. Z, Damjanovic, haymaker. Little 1-2. He wants to play up front for Celtic. I think he probably does. He had Henrik Larsson pyjamas when he was younger. If only he could show those flashes of quality a bit more often. He's still only young. We've got that to concern about. Oh. 2-1. Josh Burrow's jumping off for the night. I'm new here, so when the next stream, we stream on Wednesday, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Jump in, update us on how the saves go with Depot. Absolutely do the same in Discord as well under the monthly challenge bit or the your saves bit. You can stick it in there. But yeah, no, Josh, nice to meet you. Pleasure to see you and enjoy Depot. Balls through, Correa accepted. Yeah, no, pleasure, Josh. We'll track you down. Don't worry. As I say, appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. Hayes. And also inspiring us as well. We're also like, yeah, let's get Depot on the road. Hayes, back inside, Z, Damjanovic, not quite. Warwick, former Man City player, of course, Aquino. Heads up, haymaker, straight at the keeper. We're not playing badly. I just think we are going to get cut apart by that golfing quality, aren't we? Good tackle by Warwick. We've moved Zig on to a fullback on support rather than a fullback on attack as well, by the way. Damjanovic wasn't alive when Larsson was at Celtic. He wasn't, but he's read all about it. And he's obviously been fully caught up on it. What's your favourite musical? Oh God, I don't know. I'd probably say none. I'm not really a musical guy. What's yours, Jack? Little Pet Shop of Horrors. Okay. Les Miserables. I mean, Jack is a very, very cultured person. I don't think I've watched it. Blues Brothers I've definitely not watched. I know that much. South Park, bigger long run cut. Oh, okay, yeah, maybe. I suppose that technically could be. Blood Brothers, again, I've not seen that either. Mrs. J got upset that I didn't know the lyrics to Grease 2. I was like, I didn't even realise there was a Grease 2. I also haven't seen Grease. Good ball through here, Eli. Yes. Rocky Horror Picture Show. There we go. Dave's in. 1875 gives it the Rocky Horrors. Nice finish for Eli there. 2-2 just after half time. That's why we paid the money for Eli, isn't it? His second Greece, apparently. I can't confirm this, Sar, but from what Mrs. J was telling me and anyone else who'd listen, there was a second Greece. As I say, I haven't even seen the first one, so not that I'm sort of suggesting that I couldn't keep up with the storyline, but suggesting more my interest levels. Oh, come off it! There's no way that's a penalty. Unbelievable. Just feels like every time we get into it, he gets a hand to it as well. If I have one tactic with the players with familiarity, it'll improve a lot more. I have two tactics right now. Attack number 1 is 65%, and number 2 is 55%. Yeah, if you're only using one, then of course you will get more familiarity with that. But you also then run the risk of when you make a change, the players don't necessarily know what to do. So you run that risk of like they panic a little bit. And they're like, oh, I don't know what to do now, and then what? So yeah, there is a concern with that. I'd always try and have two if you can do. So looking forward to film seconds. Ask Mrs. J what clubs play in the second Greece. I need to find this information out. Max the cure. Rodriguez, Golubovic, Damjanovic. Had to make some changes. Obviously, Golubovic has picked it back up. Damjanovic is back inside. Maxo. Come on. Just put your foot through it, Maxo. What have I done now? Oh, we're talking about the second Greece, Mrs. J. That you know that there is one and I wasn't aware. And then you were like a bit upset that I didn't know. Damjanovic intercepts. Correa's through. Oh, Eli! Just over the top. Carlo Chund having a weird season. Played 21, unbeaten in 17s. 12 points off the top in 4th. That was the thing I refused to watch. It just turned into thought he meant the country. Greece, or as they call it, my country, home. I don't agree with the film being excellent. We don't know what clubs played in Greece Division 2. I mean, Mrs. J might not know. She might do. She'll Google it. Warwick cleared away. (3-2). We gave them a game. We're not a pushover. If we'd have played like this against Liverpool, we wouldn't have lost 3-0, that's for certain. You know? This is good. This shows that there's a bit of character in the squad and there's a bit of ability. So we're not necessarily leaving, if we do leave, a poor team. So I mean, the penalty was ridiculous. That's the thing. The penalty was nonsense. Soundtrack is better than the original film. So we're still talking about Grease 2, are we? Okay. Well, I say we're still talking. Mrs. J is still talking about Greece too. Sunderland next. Then Chelsea. Still nothing happening in Glasgow. Jobs are still locked down at Celtic. How old's Rogie? Rogie's 26. See, if we get to Celtic, we can bring Rogie across. That would make sense. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. I reckon 6 games to go, 6 points clear. $38 points, do you reckon? 38 should see us safe, shouldn't it? I reckon a point a game will be alright. We've got Sunderland to play. We've got QPR play on the last game of the season, which I think they'll use as the sort of the match that'll either keep them up or put them down. We've got Wolves still to play, who are 14th. Chelsea who are 8th. Arsenal who are 2nd. Villa who are 4th. So 3 teams who are down there or thereabouts. 3 teams who are up there. It's not the easiest run in, I'll be honest. Board expectations for the season was to avoid relegation. So that's where we are. At the minute we're doing that. Which is fine as long as we just keep, it sounds cliche, but one game at a time. That 3-2 defeat against Man City was tough. I would have I think, would a point have been a fair result? I don't know, maybe. Who's going down? I'm going to say that QPR are going to go down. Let's tell it that. Need to beat Sunderland and QPR. Yeah. Or we need to draw all of our games. I think 6 points will see us up. I think if we can... Actually, it wouldn't even be 6 points. We're on 33 now. 5 points, I think, is what we need. Beat Sunderland and we should stay up. Southampton job could become available. 11th in the league. Insecure. Rich. De Zerbi, apparently the current Southampton boss. Villa and Tottenham draw 1-1. Still no news at Celtic. Just focus on the job in hand, Jameson. Hibs haven't replaced their manager yet either. Airbus. Insecure job and insecure finances. Oh dear. We've got to go Wales eventually. So ironically it might be a decent move. If they get relegated, go to Wales. Okay, let's do it then. Here we go. So they've gone up to third. They've played 9 games more than everyone else, though, haven't they? So it might be a case of it's once everyone plays their games in hand, then they'll slip back down. Even still, though, you would think by being third, the manager will be out the door anyway. Warwick's just poleaxing in there. Bundesliga 2, biggest comedy football next year. Hamburg losing the playoff final yet again to confirm a 6th year in the second tier. They can welcome fellow comedians Schalke and Hertha Berlin next year. Oof. Okay, so if we can get a win here, this should theoretically see us safe. Aquino. Let's see if we can get QPR on the last day of the season. That'll be it. Z. Grimes. Oh, decent effort. Keep with the save. O'Donnell blocked. Z gets away. Is Grimes looking a little bit better at half-back, is he, than full-back? 6'9". This is nice now that we've got Maxo back. Aquino whips it in. Correa doesn't quite get there. Parsons gets rid of Parsons, former Palace defender. Obviously left Man United when they got relegated. Still got the big Brazilian lump up front. There he is, Fabio, out there. Yeah, 6'7" worth of Brazilian tall man. Got a striker called Brain as well. Warwick's not been very good this season, has he? He's got a 6'4". He's got a yellow card here. I feel he's struggled a bit. I don't know whether it's because Hayes isn't playing as well, or whether he's just not as good. It's not anything great, not anything bad. Yeah, he's just sort of been there. Like, it's the same with Hayes, to be honest. I think because of the season they had before, when they were like bossing the championship, it is a big step up for them. And if not, I guess I've sort of been guilty of presuming that they would be just as dynamic in the midfield against higher quality opposition, and they've obviously not been. And I've sort of been like, oh, I can't believe that they're not as good against weaker sides when they're playing against, better opposition week in, week out. It's quite foolish of me, isn't it? Hayes is on a yellow card now as well, actually. Aquino's on a 6.4, so he's going to come off for Christa Berg. Well, JJ might have to come on for Hayes. Or we put a second striker on and go for the win. Grimes. Damjanovic. Poor touch. Gets it back though. Aquino's only shown flash as well. He is. It's a transition season though, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's that first season in the Premier League. They're not going to be flying. We're going to have patchy moments. There's been moments when we've looked great as a team going forward. There's been moments when we've looked really bad. So, and I think the reality is we are somewhere between that. We are a bit. Golubovic is already on. So Hayes has gone up to a 6-7 now. Christa Berg. Oh, decent effort. Even then, players like Golubovic, we've not really used as much. Maybe he might have sort of helped us out a little bit. Got us behind the table. Golubovic getting there, tackling. He knows we're talking about him. Damjanovic pulls it back. Golubovic. That might be the goal that keeps us up. Literally saying, oh, we haven't really used him a lot, have we, this season? Cometh the hour, cometh the man. Massive goal. Massive goal. That moves us up to 36 points now, I think. 37? Yeah, 36 points. Christa Berg pulls it back. Correa. Let's get Correa off. Let's put Daniel Day-Lewis on, see if he can score. And Hayes can come off for JJ. Golubovic, Maxo, Christa Berg. Daniel Day-Lewis. The flag stays down. First goal of the season for DDL. 15 hours of waiting. You wait 15 hours for a goal for Daniel Day-Lewis, and eventually, well, one comes. One comes. Back up to 14th. 36 points. We are now 9 clear of QPR. I think we've got to be safe now, surely. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. We can even nudge up to 11th, but let's just hang fire at 14th for now. Our next 3 games are a bit shit. Chelsea, Villa and Arsenal, and then QPR at the end. Oh, we've got Wolves as well, haven't we? Damn it, that'll do. Look, so the important thing is that the games we've had to win. So Derby, we had to win. We got to win. Sunderland, we had to win. We got to win. There's a bit of something about this team. It's making it does make me think a little bit like, I don't know if this is. I'm not sure if leaving is the right idea. DDL has finally scored. Ipswich get nearly 4 million quid for the back of that. 50 games for Palace. Salty, a pleasure to see you as always, man. Take it easy, buddy. We'll see you soon. Appreciate you dropping by. We'll give it a shout for Salty there, I reckon, because we like him. We like him a lot. I think you will as well. Chelsea beat. Who did Chelsea beat in the last match? Doesn't matter, we've got to play them next time. SMXTYR. Welcome in, appreciate the follow. Smithrill. Alright, training looks fine for the next couple of weeks. Still nothing like Dundee, Falkirk. Celtic job's gone again. It's fine, we can just focus on what we need to do. It's back down to stable. I don't understand how. Oh, appreciate the bits. How do I pronounce that? Smitherill? Hibs have got no money. No money at all, David. They can't afford to pay the compensation, to be honest. I think that Celtic is the move. If we do move, Celtic is the move. Or we go to a Smithy. Smithy makes more sense, doesn't it? Or we make a move to a bigger Premiership club. But I think Franco's made a good point there. Might have to wait to the end of the season, see what happens. See what else is available. Borough's gone down. That's fine. Klapakius. How long have we been here? We've been 16 seasons at this point now. Obviously not 16 seasons here. This is where we've been. So 3 seasons, 3 years, 2.5 years at Banbridge, a year at Portadown, a year and a bit at Portadown, 15 games at Dungannon. Then we have 20, so 1 season at Linfield. We had 4 seasons at Oxford, or 3.5 seasons at Oxford, a season at East Fife, a season and a bit at Huddersfield, 2 seasons I think it was, and then we're now 3 seasons, almost 3 seasons at Crystal Palace. I'm a Scottish, can't tell. Well, yeah, my family are from Scotland. My family are Scots. I'm from Sunderland, but my family are Scottish, so I do tend to chat a little bit with, like, I say we and all that sort of stuff, and I do have a lot of Iron Brew in the house. As a Sunderland fan, do you consider Borough Derby? Newcastle fan, I don't see him as a derby game. Most Newcastle fans don't either. Not necessarily. I can see why it is a derby of sorts, but I don't think it's the derby. I think the Sunderland Newcastle game is the derby. Newcastle Sunderland Borough more than Newcastle's Middlesbrough, I think. But yeah, I think it's I don't really think it's much of a derby. It's a rivalry. I'm not necessarily sure it's a derby. Put the financial output there. The profit from the Premier League, we've lost 1.4 million. Fine, isn't it? We'll take that after 1 season in the Premiership. To be honest, I don't think I had a massively broad accent, so it's not hugely broad down here, but. Well, I guess down here it sounds horrible, but because no one else around here has got an accent like this. Same as mine being a sand dancer. Yeah, it's like, just that's the thing. There's like little bits that people just don't pick up on. 14 days out for Aquino. So it's a chance for Murphet or Krista Berg to come in. I think we give it to Krista Berg. Murphet's only played 9 games. Chelsea away next. Could be interesting. Chelsea sat 8th. They're going to want to get into Europe, to be honest, and we're going to want to try and avoid relegation. So might be a tight match. Might be a tight game. Manager from back into Sunderland, and she asked me to talk slow because she can't understand what I'm saying. Really? No. If from the back end of Sunderland, then she needs to talk slowly. Surely. It's not quite as bad as like if you sort of get people from like Blythe on Northumberland or something. Ash, no, something like Pityaker. Even like sort of places like where some of my grandparents were from, like sort of like colliery towns and stuff. You know, who's from Blythe. I'm gonna suggest your. Oh, I was gonna say my mate Kai. Oh, I got it wrong. I got it wrong. Robbie Dale. Robbie Dale's from Blythe. Far more important than Dan Burn. Far more important. Arsenal and Villa games moved. For TV purposes, obviously not for our purposes. Harada's now a wonder kid, is he? Interesting. £70 million. Wow. Excuse me. Trying to offload Deadwood, but only clubs are only interested in loan moves. And what should I do? Yeah, well, you're either gonna have to loan them, or you're gonna have to sell them for less money than you want. I guess is the thing. You've also got to look as well that if they're dead wood for you, then convincing other clubs that they should definitely be your first choice transfers is quite tricky, especially in the way the game is now. And if they're worth a lot of money, then it's going to be quite tough as well. Dundee, you reckon, could be a way of ticking off the championship? Could be, but they're in the playoffs, so they might not necessarily. I mean, if they get promoted though, that's a problem, right? Because then they go into the SPL, and then they're not going to win anything. So that's a definite wasted season there. Lincoln promoted to League One. DDL demands first team football, which I get. Makes sense. If you go and take them up, you've just won that league. Oh, got ya. Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Eli's out injured. Get other clubs pay a decent stack of their wages. Yeah, DDL's going to have to start now because we've got. If Eli's injured and DDL's kicking off, then yeah, he can start. What skin are we using? We're using the Tato skin. Skin. So it's a nice one, isn't it? And we also have some custom views as well from FM Stag, so it's worth downloading them as well to complement the whole package. Just allows you to see a little bit more information. Right, Damjanovic is doing well. Daniel Lewis. I'm not going to criticise Daniel Lewis because he's going to have to start. City beat Newcastle. Could Dundee still be any cups? Not sure in the Scottish system. Let's have a little look. No, just the Championship playoffs. So where did their manager go? James Tompkins left to join Sligo Rovers. So there you go. Interesting move. Plus, they're not going to have any money really either, are they? Even Airbus feels like a weird one. Do you know what I mean? Like to go from Crystal Palace to Airbus. I know we have to do it at some point, but I'm trying to work out when those moves need to happen. Right, Correa's off, so DDL's going to start. Bigsy can be on the bench. Actually, Adebayo can be on the bench. No, Bigsy, that's fine. Got Murphet there. Come on then. Let's see how we get. Airbus sounds like a TJ move. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Into the second division of Welsh football with a team that has an airport in its in next to its ground. Absolutely my move. You take off FA Cup, League Cup, Premier League and Scottish Cup before you drop down again. Yeah, because otherwise, like, getting back up is going to take so long. You know, if we're in Vanarama National or Vanarama South, we're not getting the FA Cup anytime soon, are we? So realistically, we have to either stay in the Premier League now and get a move up, or win everything in the SPL, then come back into the Premier League, probably with a lower down club. So, and then take another season to move our way back up again. Well, I mean, how long is Unai Emery going to be in charge of Chelsea? Well, that's the question. Nagelsmann's at Liverpool. I don't really fancy managing Liverpool, to be honest, but I'm not sure who's in charge at Tottenham. Crystal Palace to Tottenham, we wouldn't have to move too far. Stay put and do better, go to a big Premier League club. I think that's the thing, isn't it? That's probably the move. I don't even think that Palace is that bad an option. Like, I can't really see us winning anything with Palace, and if we do fluke a cup, then we fluke a cup, and that's exactly what we needed to do. But staying at Palace is the worst outcome of the three, true, but if there's no options, so like say no better jobs available and the Celtic job doesn't come up, oh no, then it's not the worst job. Do you know what I mean? It's not the worst option. We don't just move for the sake of it. How's David Moyes in the European Cup final? So it's the lack of quality in the competition. Yeah, I mean, Moyes isn't a bad manager. Do you know what I mean? Moyes isn't a bad manager. It's just the way it is. And also, I wouldn't say that too without Jack, because what happens next season when you don't win it? So, yeah, it looks like this is going to give us a bit of work to do in the second half. Well, you're in the qualifiers for the Champions League. You're not in the Champions League, are you? Yeah, you're getting the conference. Yeah. You still need to get into the thing, first of all. Good tackle. Is that... Oh, come off it. How's that a penalty? Fine. No. Oh, what a save. What a save. They're Chelsea, we're Palace. That's probably, yeah, that makes sense. I didn't want it to be that obvious, but yeah, it absolutely is, isn't it? I'm trying to G everyone up, they weren't having any of it. I don't think this is a match we're going to win. Good tackle. Rhymes. Daniel Day-Lewis heads it on. Here's 6.5 again. Damjanovic. Go on. Grimes. Warwick. Decent effort. Krista Berg. I think that's offside. Damjanovic 6.3. Daniel Day-Lewis 6.4. Krista Berg 6.5 now. Bring Damjanovic off for Golubovic, I think. And go out wide. Max or De Berg. I think Bigsy for his. And we can also possibly bring Murphet on for Krista Berg if needs be. Oh, Grimes misses it. John Archer puts it in the top corner, 2-0. Fair enough. Just head shaking all around. Nah. So we desperately need a result now against Wolves or QPR, and that definitely guarantees our safety, which I think is pretty much nailed in anyway. I don't see us getting relegated at this point now. He says, tune in tomorrow when we're on the final day of the season going, oh, it looks like we're going down. But yeah, recruitment in the summer is going to be heavily focused on defensive players, I think. Goalkeeper, centre-backs, grit in midfield. And then someone else to score goals, take the strain off Eli. Everyone's had another year to develop, though. That's the thing. They've had a year's worth of Premier League experience, so it's more. I think it's more about who we can retain than who we can add. Blue Dragon, appreciate the follow. Very kind. I think we do need a bit of experience somewhere as well, so someone who can just come in, steady the ship a little bit, like a sort of Jordan Henderson style player, or a Milner or something. JJ needs to get some starts. Yeah, he's going to get some reps, so he can drop in. He'll be fine. Aquino needs to find his feet a bit more as well. Damjanovic needs to step up a little bit. Definitely a big lump in the middle of the back line. Yeah, I think so. So, never mind. 2-0 defeat against Chelsea. It's not the end of the world. It's... yeah. They missed a penalty as well. We've got to think about that. So, there was certainly more to it than that. So, in fact, you know what? Let's just very, very quickly double check how old Unai Emery actually is, because if he's like 1,007 or 66, so he might not necessarily want to. We've only been there a year and a bit, so we've been there 2 years. Marco Silva's been at Brighton for 8 years. Matías Almeida, 11 years at Villa, 64. 2 years for Guardiola. At Arsenal, you might not fancy it much more. Pepe Repeto's a year. Vladimir Ilic. Oli Werner at Tottenham, 4 years. He's only 49, so he's not going to be. He's going to go. Emre's been a year. De Zerbi a year. Marvin Friedrich. Rob Walsh. Zidane, 2 years at Newcastle. Eddie Howe. Retired. Nuno, 100 days at Man City, at Middlesbrough. Sorry, Marco Rose, a year at Man City. Nagelsmann, 7 years. Jimmy Ball, 61. Jakob Niestrup, David Hopkin. Oh yeah. So there's potentially some movement in the summer. I suppose that's what we need to think about. So it's not all doom and gloom, you know. It's definitely not all doom and gloom. Bangor have been relegated into the Northern Irish Championship. That's worrying. For them, of course. Yeah, Middlesbrough's jobs are going to be available. Southampton. Nothing else really in the Premiership right now. Liverpool, QPR, Sunderland. They're the ones that are near the bottom. But yeah, we'll have a think about that. We'll have a think about that tomorrow, I think, is what we'll be doing. So, maybe tomorrow? Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then definitely Wednesday. But we'll see. I might need to chat to Mrs. J actually and sort some stuff. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled on Discord, and we'll work out what the crack is with the rest of the week. We're gonna go and do a bit of a raid now. That was fun. We're gonna go and say hello to Gavin Brash. Go and give him some love. Take care, everybody. See you all very soon. Take care. Bye now.